Greetings, programs. My name is Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to a playthrough of one of my favorite SNES games. Actually, it's probably high up on a lot of people's lists. This is Super Castlevania IV, a remake of the original Castlevania on NES. It was probably the best of the classic-style Castlevanias. Castlevania these days have become what a lot of people refer to as Metroidvanias, which kind of an open, side-scrolling world. This game was one of the best of the linear ones, where it was just going one direction, and that was just heading through Castlevania to kill Dracula. And this game is known for its awesome gameplay mechanics as well as amazing music. So let's go ahead and go through the intro here, and then we'll get started. Every 100 years, the forces of good mysteriously start to weaken. Thus, the power of Dracula starts to revive itself. His power grows stronger and stronger every 100 years. Dracula has revived many times. However, his sinister actions have been constantly thwarted by the Belmont family. I love how the fog just rolls in. It's been 100 years since the last confrontation between Dracula and the Belmont family, but now the serenity of Transylvania is being threatened by destructive forces. Yay for slow scrolling. On a dark and eerie night, Dracula rose from his grave to unleash his destructive power over the countryside. And once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula. With only his whip and courage, he sets out to restore peace to Transylvania. Now, this was interesting because a lot of people consider this to be a remake of the first game. However, it says, once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula. But this is him rezzing after 100 years, so that kind of leaves a question on, that he just was able to revive himself again like before the 100 years, or, you know, what's kind of going on there? But you don't really go to the Castlevania timeline to look for anything like consistency. So, let's go ahead and do some vampire slaying. And I usually put Simon in here, but for the purposes, Dracula needs to know who's laying the smackdown on him. There we go. And that is such an iconic shot. Alright, so we got an extension to our whip right off the bat, and that's one thing that a lot of people say about this game, is the whip is OP, and that is very true. The whip is extremely powerful in this game compared to other games, but it makes sense because it's the vampire killer, it's like a relic. And there's my favorite music in this game, is just in this first level. This is also the Dracula boss music, when you actually get to Drac. And this was one of the first games, and Super Mario World played around with this a little bit too, of the different layers. I think in some of the castles in Super Mario Brothers, you could climb on the fence and alternate between the back of the fence and the front of the fence. But I loved it when they started really experimenting with stuff like that in games. Now, a lot of people will say that Super Castlevania IV is easy, and compared to the NES games, yes, Super Castlevania IV is very easy comparatively to those games. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because these games, actually I'm going to go get some meat here in the wall. These games, wall meat. This game is easier, but that doesn't really take away from the fun. This is still an amazingly fun game, while at the same time making it more accessible to people to play, and actually, you know, complete stuff in the game without having to continually go through the same levels over and over and over again. Oop. So, what it did is it still appeased people who were looking for a new Castlevania game, and sometimes even exceeded those expectations. And, sorry, that's my favorite part, doing the Tarzan. And it also introduced the genre and the series to a whole new generation of people. So that's always good. And after this game, oh no, actually from the first Castlevania on, the music has been a hallmark of the entire series. I think Castlevania has probably just as memorable music as the Mega Man games, and that's extremely high praise, in my opinion. Oh, I thought I was invincible. Apparently not. And just look at the range of the whip. And it definitely goes over. It goes over about a quarter of the screen. We got, I don't know what these things are. I guess they're just like plant growths. And the fact that you can whip all directions was definitely appreciated. Because that was one of the big difficulty factors of the original 3 NES games, was the fact that you couldn't do that. However, this game still has some of the tried and true Castlevania stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Got a moonwalk. Yep, Simon knows the moves, man. Ooh, forgot about you. There we go. When you get hit, you still get thrown back. And here, we're just gonna drop the whip there. Getting knocked back when you hit, which is probably one of the most annoying things ever in video games. And Medusa heads. And there was me getting knocked back right there. Now, you had these platforms. These platforms only move if you jump on them or you move back. So this kind of forces you to... Now, what's going on there in the background? Looks like demon... horses just kind of chilling in the background, which is kind of cool. Oop! Oh lord. See? It just flipped right there. And this is the first time I've played the game while talking, so I'll probably make some mistakes that I don't normally make while playing this game. And it's actually been a long time since I played, but some of those old reflexes come into play. Now, instead of the bat, since we're kind of treating this as a remake, the first boss in the original Castlevania was a giant vampire bat, which a lot of people apparently thought was Dracula because they were so used to short NES games and didn't think that it was going to be as long of a game as it was. Instead of the bat, we get this guy on a horse with a demon horse, or this demon horse, and he sits here and fights with a lance. And one more shot. There we go. Easy mode. And we got the Orb of Power. There's always that question on what these orbs are. I'd like to think that they're relics that actually allow you to enter Dracula's castle. So, as you can see, we got a long way to go. I'm not going for speed or anything like this. I'm just going for completion. So, we're going through some forest, fighting something at that small castle up top, and heading down. Unfortunately, the awesome music that we saw in the first level goes away, but this is still good music. Kind of Donkey Kong country-ish. And spiders. I hate spiders. Hey, no sir, purple hands. Keep your hands to yourself. There we are. Now, for those who have been following the channel, I did a playthrough of Castlevania Simon's Quest Redacted, which was an interesting experience, and I very much liked it because I had never actually completed the original Castlevania 2. I don't think I did. I think I may have. I remember playing it, definitely. But, yeah, Castlevania 3 was a pain, as well as the first Castlevania, because of the difficulty factor. Those were the Dark Souls of that era. I think a lot of people would agree with that. Just those games are stupidly difficult for a lot of people. And, you know, you have those, like the Fine Brothers and whatnot, who do those, hey, let's have teens play these old games that we grew up with, and they complain about how hard they are. Like, they were playing the Mega Man 1. Yeah, hello, zombie. Look like they're wearing gas masks. Are you my mummy? Apparently not. but they were complaining about the first Mega Man, that the first Mega Man was too hard and like one of the hardest games they've ever played. And Mega Man 1 is pretty hard comparatively in the series. But I would love to see them do the original Castlevania. I think that would be hilarious to see them rage at that game. Alright, go away there, evil crows. And bats. And anything that flies. You know, I don't know if this stuff kills me outright if I fall into it. I think it impedes progress. Now, I'm not letting those frogs. The frogs can do damage, so we're gonna try to avoid that. Get pecked by a crow. Go away. There we are. See, that frog's coming after me with vengeance in its eyes. And I'll kill these porcupines. Get some meat. Ah! And that's kind of embarrassing. Of course, that probably would happen to Simon because he is not wearing pants. That was one thing that I really didn't like about the first one, is the fact that... hold on. I go on crow hunting duty. Is the fact that Simon is wearing, like, Greek... the Greek kind of war skirt and no actual pants to speak of. And they kept this look in this game, which in Simon's Quest and some of the other ones, he is wearing like leather pants and the same armor. But in this one, no, he's going full Spartan. Now, what are we fighting here? Oh crap, Medusa. Whoops. Okay. I am at a loss here. I'm probably gonna die. Yep, I died. I was not paying attention on who was coming up. There will be game overs. Oh yes, there shall be game overs, believe me. I make no bones about that. Ooh. So, get comfy. And I need a whip extension. There we go. Transylvania Enzite. And I don't think the clock works on the bosses, so we're going to avoid the frog. And try and just run through this as quickly as we can. That frog is chasing me. I don't like it. So we don't need meat. We'll soldier on through here. His look in the... Simon's look in these games is a lot different. I wonder if just a little, if the whip running around will... Okay, that'll kill them instantly. Good. I didn't think crows were that fragile, or that, tough, that they would need a full whip strike. There we go. Come on, field of death. Let those feathers fly. Now, whoop. No, sir. I'd really like the boomerang for this, but that's alright. Alright, we're better now. Just gonna throw knives. Oh, I got set on, got turned to stone. One of my problems here, I was pressing the wrong button to use special weapons. ×2 multiplier. That's good. And they don't hide them like in the original games. No, sir. I don't know what that is. I think it's kind of like a gargoyle or a flying imp. And obviously spikes are bad. We avoid spikes. Despite the fact that we can fight Medusa in hand-to-hand combat, a little spike will kill us dead. So let's keep on keeping on. What's in the candle? Meat. Meat is good. Now, I do... Actually, some of the prettiest music in this game should be coming up here pretty soon, if I recall. I don't remember what zone it's in. I think it's in the caves. Might be after this. And I love the fact that they've revisited some of the classic characters, like the double skull statues, and are still in there. The Medusa heads, like that's a given. Medusa heads need to be in every Castlevania game, like bar none. And we should get to the end here. There we go. So, getting up to stage 3, this is the one with the awesome music. Like the hauntingly beautiful music. And if memory serves, I think we fight the Hydra here. Love it. Ooh. I don't know if the water actually harms you, but we're not gonna find out. And you got rock monsters here, and if you hit them, they turn into small versions of themselves, so you just gotta keep on swinging. Castlevania has always been a really big part of my video game experience. I love playing this game. This is one of my favorite SNES games that I already mentioned. I played some of the 3D ones, the later gen ones. My wife and I actually really liked playing Castlevania Curse of Darkness, which you played Hector, who was one of Dracula's Devil Forge masters, which kind of explains how Dracula is able to get so many monsters, is because of Devil Forge masters being able to summon them, which was a cool little premise. And it had kind of a slight Pokemon vibe to it because you had summons. But it was a very enjoyable game. Like, my wife played it and she beat it, and she doesn't really play like mainstream video games, so I was very proud of her. Got the meat there. I've tried to get her to play one of these traditional ones, but I think when you have your first impression to a series, like for a lot of people, the original games and this was their, and also Dracula X to a lesser extent, and the one on Genesis for people who can have a Nintendo. That was their first impression to the series, so they like that more than any other format that shows up. Same thing for the people who play on PlayStation who played Symphony of the Night before any of these games. They like Symphony of the Night. They like the Metroidvania style. And I think my wife liked the 3D, the 3D style that they were going with for a bit. So I think she'd probably like the Lords of Shadow revamp that they've been doing. I've heard a lot of different things about those games. Some good, some bad. It's essentially like Castlevania God of War. But I don't know. I think I might actually play the first one, just to see how it is. I know the plot twist. Because Castlevania, I watched the cinemas. And I also have to say that Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 has the best video game trailer I have ever seen. It was an amazing trailer. Had that been a movie trailer, it would have gone down as the best movie trailer of all time. And these guys are immortal, if I recall correctly. So we're just gonna get through here, through the waterfall. Fortunately, we're not dealing with slippery steps, which is very good. If any of you guys have ever been near a real waterfall and been able to get near it and try and walk the steps near it, you know that is not exactly the most stable of ground. So many hearts. And we've got 4 lives, so that's good. Keep working our way. And for those of you who don't know, one of the cool things about this is you can actually extend the whip if you need to, for the swings and such. And we got a knife. That should be good, I'm thinking. Yep. And we're good on our food. Oh, I nearly missed that. But the controls in this game are so much more fluid than the SNES, or the NES ones. I think that was the point of the NES controls. They were supposed to be, I think, almost intentionally frustrating. Let's keep on going this way. I think this is the end of it. Yes, it is. Oh, the fish. The shooting fish. Everyone remembers the shooting fish. And these guys have horrible range. Like horrible in the good, it's going, yeah, see? Looks kind of perverse, but... Alright, these are the ones that crack, so we gotta keep on moving. Oop! Okay, good. The eyes die on one shot. And the boss should be... Hey there, Skull Dragon. Remember you from the first game. We'll grab you. I don't... First game or Dracula's Curse, which was the third one. I don't remember... I'm pretty sure it's the first one. Oh, there's meat. Meat is good. Ah, should have waited. Now, I hate the games, especially SNES, who have that horn. You know, that da-da-da-da-da-da. That right there. Because it gives me memories to, oh, what was the name of that game? Batman Forever, which is a horrible, horrible game. Oh, I thought that was a platform. No, it was not. I nearly jumped right in the water, which would have been disastrous. Aye, there we went. Stupid eye. Let's work our way back through here. Now, the whip is a shorter range now. Wait for that stuff to fall. Ooh, get our Indiana Jones on. And I need to remember to use the special weapons. Now, I've seen some reviews of this game that a lot of people think that you should have used this, because using the special weapons in the original games were kind of paramount to success, because the whip, while handy, was not as powerful as some of the weapons in certain situations. There we go. And I can understand that, so we're gonna keep the meat right there. Oh, we're gonna have to take it. All right. There we are. Didn't get hit, which is good. However, it's not getting hit that's gonna kill me so much as it is getting knocked off a platform. So we're gotta keep moving. All right. Yep. And we duck. And swing. And moonwalk. Because that's how awesome Simon is. This is the Simon I remember, not the horrible one from Captain In, the Game Master. Does anyone else remember that show? No? Good. That show had some of the most horrible interpretations of video game characters ever. And let's see if we can grab that. Yes, we can. Mega Man was horrible. Simon Belmont was embarrassing. Grab that. And we should be getting close. And we'll just hit you from above. And I don't remember... Oh, I think we need to hurry. Because I think the water levels are going to rise or some such. Let's get this guy out of the way. Ooh, lots of hearts. And we're full up on our health, which is good. Oh, crows. I had to say something. Alright, now we're dealing with skulls and our skeletons and armor. There's some meat. And we should be getting really close. Like the water should be... Yeah, this is it. Okay. Gotta save those hearts. Alright. Oh! Let's throw the... Oh, it's a two-headed dragon. Never mind, it's not the three-headed. And let's actually throw the knife the right way, shall we? And I'm just gonna sit here and spam knife. Oh, ow. Let's wait for you. Okay, that's the one we need to avoid. And we can't hit their shots, which is good. Come on, guys. I've got 19 knives left, and you got plenty of hide. There's one. Oop. Aha. Now, I'm wondering if I can just go ahead and use the whip. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the whip. There we are. Cool deal. Well, that's not too bad for a first run and being very, very rusty. And we are heading into stage 4, guys. We are about to, well, let's see, where are we going? Oh, we're going up the clock tower. Okay, guys, well, I will go ahead and end the episode here, and we will head up this tower and then probably knock on Dracula's front door. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the video, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.